What actually starts a cancer? For 50 years, the textbook answer has been simple: a series of mutations in the DNA. But a 2024 hypothesis paper argues that answer leaves too much unexplained and points somewhere unexpected: the tiny power plants inside our cells. The reigning idea is the somatic mutation theory. Cancer begins, it says, when a cell piles up mutations in key genes until it divides with no breaks at all. Mutations are real, and they matter. The question these researchers raise is whether they truly come first. Because the cracks are hard to ignore, the most famous cancer gene, called p53, is mutated in only about 35% of cancers. So-called driver mutations turn up in perfectly healthy tissue, and some substances cause cancer without touching the DNA at all. So the paper turns to a different suspect: the mitochondria, the cell's power plants. A century ago, Otto Warburg noticed that cancer cells ferment sugar even when oxygen is plentiful. The hypothesis revives his idea. Cancer may begin with a chronic failure of the cell's energy. How could a failing power plant damage the genome? The authors describe three routes. Stressed mitochondria send signals that switch the wrong genes on and off. Fragments of their own DNA slip into the nucleus, and they leak reactive molecules that scramble the code. In this view, the mutations are the wreckage, not the cause. The most striking clue comes from swapping parts of cells. Place a tumor's nucleus inside a healthy cell, and it often behaves normally. Do the reverse, a healthy nucleus inside a tumor's body, and cancer tends to return. Tumor potential, it seems, travels with the cytoplasm and its mitochondria, not the nucleus. Here the two halves meet. Most cancers are kept alive by a small group of cancer stem cells. The hypothesis proposes that a cancer stem cell is simply a normal stem cell whose mitochondria have failed. Damage the power supply of a stem cell, and you may plant the seed of a tumor. There's even a clue from the real world. A community in Ecuador with a rare condition called Laron syndrome almost never develops cancer. Their biology favors healthier, better maintained mitochondria. Exactly what the hypothesis would predict. Why does this matter? Standard treatments hit fast-dividing cells, but cancer stem cells are slow and quiet, and often survive, which may help explain why cancer comes back. It points research toward the cell's metabolism, starving cancer of its fuels, and trying to restore healthy energy. These are directions for study, not treatments. Cancer, reframed as a disease of the mitochondria and stem cells. Not a verdict, a hypothesis worth testing. New Age Medica. Research translated, so everyone can understand.